Top morning, ladies, and my name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku was the or had the powers of the it's an official name, but it's a called What If Deku had the I was gonna name it What If Deku was the most powerfulest one. I remember, okay. So it was, or it is called What If Deku had the powers of the divine. Basically, the all the it's like divine servant, but he is on a whole another level of it. It's basically a buffed up version of so let's keep scrolling all the way down a little bit more. So name here it is. Okay. So Zuko in this What If is very powerful. Yeah. So I put What If Deku was or has the Paths of Destiny thing. Okay? Or divine. Or was divine. So it's I don't want to use it because it might, but it's I'll just say Greek gods, basically. Without the Greek part. So, yeah. Of saving and destroying. So, he's a gun of saving and destroying. So, let's begin. And I'm also adding Zumi into this What If to, instead of just constantly being super boring. So, let's begin. Zuko and Zumi were born. And let me explain what this alternate universe of where Zuko and Zumi are born at. There's this thing. There's these tier lists. There's quirkless, there's quirked. And then there's abilities. And of course, but there's no one ever wanted, because the church people do not want to add a tier list of nuns because they don't believe that the nun or the person could accomplish a search of power thing. So that all changed when Zuko and Zumi were born. So Zuko he's strong. And he's immortal. So when he was at age of 3, let's say they were playing ball with like Bakugo and Ochako, and the ball went underneath a armored truck. Yeah. And you know how low the armored trucks are. Well, Zuko just grabs the bottom of it and he picks it up and lifts it over his head to grab the ball. And he places it back. As everyone was like, hey, is this still okay? So let me make sure that, yeah. Because a couple times I did that. So yeah, hold on, give me a minute. So, M.A. Shaw on faces. So everybody, or all of his classmates, or like, basically was like, man, yeah. As it's lifting itself up, or he lifted it up and placed it right back. As Zuko grabs the ball, he walks back to Ochako and Bakugo. As they're like, man, and Zumi, I forgot. They play with the, yeah, forest square. It's been a long time since I've seen that game. So, yeah. So then when he walks back, as everybody's like, man, you probably have super strength. So then, after they go home, his sister tells his mother, or his sister tells the Inko that it's crazy. My brother just lifted an armored vehicle by himself up to getting a mall underneath him. Yeah. It was let's say basketball. Yeah, basketball. As Inko, when she heard that her own son lifted in an armored truck, she's like, "Are you doing okay?" Yeah. She's so worried. He might have a powers, because usually they notice when he was born, like at age of 3, she did notice that, like, if he has the powers of the Infinity and Zero, or because her son has powers, they do not need to go to the power doctor. Okay? So, yeah. But then at age of 4, Zumi and Zuko went to a quirk doctor. Yeah. And of course, Osashi was basically, when he heard that Zuko he was born with the abilities, and things. So, yeah. So, Zuko, so, Quirk Doctor at the quirk doctor's office. The quirk doctor looks at Zumi first because how, yeah. And he ends up looking at Zumi first. Here, how long has this video been? Okay. So So Zumi, or when the quirk doctor told her that she has a quirk. But then he looks over at Zumi, or no, actually Zuko. Or of course Zumi is happy about it. Her quirk is the dragon breath, basically, of control. So basically she can shoot fire from her mouth, and she can use her flames, or she can like absorb them into herself, and she could catch her hands on fire. She has fire immunity and all that stuff. But then the quirk doctor looks over and tells Zuko that he has no quirk. But so the quirk doctor, I'll just say this, quirk doctor in this What If is a liar. Or no, not liar. He lied to Zuko. Yeah. So then, but Inko and Asashi kept him around because they needed someone with, like, his abilities of super strength. So, yeah. So then So then Zuko ends up, how Zuko. And he doesn't get one for all. Zumi does. And reason why I'm not gonna give him one for all is what am I doing with this? Okay. So sorry. Give me a minute to. So Zuko was a little bit happy that he can be more useful. So, yeah. But he trains how to use his body math. Basically, he lists the entire mountain, or he trains himself to lift up like 1.9 million, or no, not million, bazillion, or no. Let's go a little bit higher. 9.6 trillion tons. Yeah. He lifted up no problem. Like, he lifted it up over his head, puts it down, or he does like how or this character. No, not him, but how he, or this guy, he does like, how, yeah, that, like those ones. Well, Zuko's is age of 6, And he's doing like stuff like this stuff. Okay? And yeah, Zuko is pretty powerful. Yeah. So, yeah. So Zuko's his body thing. Of course, Ochako has still has, like, a humongous crush on him. Still. But he told Bakugo, let's prank Zuko, shall we? I think I know which prank on him. Because she wants to, like, but she told Bakugo what her plan is. But then Bakugo's like, yeah, okay. Yeah. So, yeah. But I am gonna save this one because it always makes me laugh when I see that. So, yeah. So it was Mango. I don't know how to spell it. Is it huh? Oh. I don't know how to spell her name, so it's okay. So Ochako and Bakugo or pretending to date. Like fake dating each other so that to make Zuko feel jealous. But then, of course, there's, yeah. So Zumi walks up and she tells Ochako and Bakugo, what are you two trying to do? Well, we're trying to, like, make your brother feel jealous. Well, yeah. So, Zuko goes to the UA, or actually, let's say a quirkless school, because the abilities are like, yeah, but he still hangs out with his sister at, like, after school or during, yeah. Well, Zuko, so a time skip to, 2:15, and Zuko can lift up 5 black holes. Or no, not 5. 6 black holes, basically. And I'm no scientist, but you know how, like, there's, like, the cover of One Punch Man where he's doing, like, bench pressing, like, 2 black hole things? Well, but Zuko is tripling it. So basically, he's bench pressing kind of like 6 of those bones, basically. Yeah. Because, yeah, he could lift up like 2 buildings, or no, the 2 Empire State Buildings. No, let's say 10,000 of those with Mountain Lady on top of that. So, yeah. So, basically, Zuko is, yeah, he's such a bodybuilder. As his powers grew with him, his soul, so basically he can use, so during the quirkless school, there was this lunatic. He was selling Trigger. Or not really selling it, he's giving the Trigger yeah. Because I know in the canon version, it gives you or boosts your quirks up to dangerous levels. But in this alternate timeline, it could also kill quirkless. Not in an instant, but poisoning them. Basically, they ended up in a hospital. So, that lunatic told him he could commute, and he basically comes over. Here's a case if you want some. Okay. As at first he thinks that the casing, you know what it had in the case, was not first. It had 6 of those triggers. Yeah. And yeah, so he kept it, but he looks over at the students that were so sick that they can't even talk straight. As he looks back, and Azuko grabs the salesperson, or the giver. Basically, he grabs him by the throat, as he could smell it. So, what does Zuko do? I'm no guy, or not a normal guy. So he ends up taking that guy, and he brings him to the authorities. As he literally drags him all the way to there, and yeah. Then he tells them, policeman, or actually the policeman looks at the guy that Zuko is dragging, as he says, "Oh, that's the guy that we've been hunting for years, and how did you do it?" As they look at Zuko, if you want him, thank him. It's because he has he found him trying to give the triggers to the students at my or actually classmates. they were quirkless. Oh, you're trying to make them sick and die, huh? Well, you won't be. Thanks. Okay? Yeah. So then Zuko, whom says, hearing him, as the detective stops him, not like saying, freeze or something, but he's more of like you're Zumi's his brother, right? Yes, I am. Is there a problem with that? No. It's your sister wants to know if you're okay at the school that you're at. Huh. I'm doing perfectly fine. And plus, that hipster guy, or the one that was trying to give me the trigger, he ends up, I was thinking about putting him, like, hang him by his arms and legs up on a ceiling, upside down. But I'm not that gruesome. So, how's my sister doing at school, or at the UA? She's pretty good. What I heard, that she wants you to be at the, yeah. So Zuko says, all right, it is during my lunch hour, so as he leaves, and he got back, and of course, he wasn't late. So then there was no more like quirkless students that got sick. They kept getting better and better. Like the sickness was gone, like got rid of. As every teacher's like, what just happened? Because they did not realize it until Zuko just like put a stop to it. So, yeah. So Zuko, who walks over, or actually, he went and sees his sister, because he ran pretty fast. He has no stamina, so basically, he runs like a flash, but then like, yeah. So he meets his sister at the UA gates, and his sister says, "Hey, brother." Name. Okay. She did not heard that she's the only one that didn't heard that Zuko actually took the guy that gives out like trigger, like candy thing. Yeah. I'm saying trigger like in the, yeah. She was the only one that did not heard that. So Zumi asks him, what did you do at that quirkless school? Well, it's going to be a long story, but thank goodness I have a lot of time for it. So, actually, Inko, Zumi, and Asashi did not know about or no one knew about what happened. So he tells them what happened. And when Zumi and Inko and Sashi heard, as they were probably proud that you brought some random villain in by yourself. Yeah, that's cool. So then, yeah. So then a time skip. Of course, he did fight or during the time skip thing, he did fight Hero Killer Stain and won during the sports festival, or like before, so that he doesn't want to miss his sister's, because his own sister tells him, and Inko tells him, please don't miss your, or Inko, or Zumi says this, please don't miss my sports festival, okay, brother? I won't. I promise I won't miss it, or the world. So then he ends up, he did knock out the Hero Killer Stain, and so he puts him in the, at the police station and tells them, and excuse me, I'm not trying to be rude, as the detective says, don't worry, okay? We'll be, or I'll take a good care of, or no, I'll take it from here, okay? Just go see your sister, or, okay. Bye. As he zooms out of the police station and shows up right at as he did pay, or actually, one of the, or let's say, one of the students, or actually Bakugo's parents, or no, actually, let's say All Might, or one of them, or actually Mountain Lady knows who Zuko is, because so, or no, not Mountain Lady, Dead Arms knows who Zuko is. And because during the sludge villain incident thing, Zumi got captured, and then the Zumi knows about One for All thing, and she got One for All. But the Zuko doesn't have any clues. But so, first was, as Zuko owns, or Bakugo's, basically was in trouble. Not like a sludge villain has him, holding him hostage. And Zuko is so, angry. As he uses his, so he jumps over the, marks things, as he jumps over it without even touching it. And he goes as he busts right through the sludge villain, as it reforms quick, and Bakugo was saved and brought back, and now as he, because Bakugo Oh. No, so the sludge villain was exploded, and he got knocked out before. So, yeah. But then Night Eye, or no, not Night Eyes, the Dead Arms ends up skewering the Zuko, as Zuko says, as to, like, basically backtalks him, like saying, he is my friend. I care about him. More. The, what if someone that you knew and you respected most of your life? And would you do the same thing in that situation? Yeah. As Dead Arms was like, he's right. Or actually, he left, or everybody left, and Dead Arms is like, he's right. It's just, Plus, he's as Bakugo thanks him for being such a good friend. As Zuko says, no problem, man. I always got your back. No matter if I'm quirkless or has the normal abilities of super strength. Yeah. So Zumi ends up says, man, yeah. And when actually from a hearing range, basically Dead Arms heard that Zuko has the abilities on his, that instead of a quirk, it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Duh. I think, yeah. Yeah, so Zuko ends up becoming the, yeah. Or actually, Dead Arms felt so dumb and needed to apologize. So he does apologize to Zuko. As he says, it's alright, man. Yeah, I know that you would have been, like, I know that deep down inside you, there's also a good man. Okay? So I respect you on that. Okay? You're just doing your job. Yeah. And that, like, things about him saying that stuff was actually all true. So, yeah, that's what Zuko is saying. As he bro fists Dead Arms. And so Dead Arms ends up being friends with Zuko. So, respects him so much that even, like, are you here for your sister's sports festival? Yep. So, basically, since after that day, the heroes, start respecting Zuko so much. But when he, so, yeah, he shows up. As the certain, or not, or I meant midnight ends up like, he's here. As everybody was like, they look over because they know it's the same kid that beats the or he was there. Like, he literally was there at the USJ team too. So basically, because the he Zumi and the friends were in trouble, and yeah, he basically went all out. So a time skip to All Might versus All for One. So All Might was down, and of course everyone is, except for All for One, and was a little bit sad. I almost said angry, but then sad. Some of them are angry, some of them are sad that this is how it is. So Zuko shows up, but Zuko's quirk is called One Who Destroys All. And of course, I did this backwards because it's my what if. So yeah. So Zuko, or actually, I forgot to mention, All for One in this part of the what if has found a way to make him go into his prime, all for one. Into his prime. So yeah. Basically, that's how All for One, or that's how All Might was knocked out. But he wasn't dead, but So Zuko, or actually All for One shoots a beam of light, and Zuko sticks his palm out, and he absorbs the, because he knows the power of zero and infinity and endless strength. So basically, he used it. So All for Once, or Prime All for One, or I just call him All for One, ends up looking at Zuko in amazement as Zuko says, All for One, or no, All for One says this to Zuko. So you're the kid, so you have a quirk and the abilities. I see that's why my henchman, henchman, I don't know how, one of his villains gave him the box of like 6 triggers. Basically, and I'm saying trigger like in pull a trigger on a gun. Yeah. So, basically, pull the trigger and we will open fire, and then boom, boom, yeah. So Zuko ends up, says, it was you that trying to poison all those quirkless kids? For what benefits? And as Bakugo, or as All for One says, it's simple. If they die, we will use their bodies on these to create these wonderful nomus. But then Zuko was mad. Yeah. So, Prime All for One knocks Zuko down in order for him to get stronger. Because Zuko can read power levels. So his power level is at, or actually Zuko, or no, All for Ones is at 9.1 bazillion. Yeah, that's higher than All Might. So Zuko, who says, well, guess he. So Zuko grabs that box, same box that was given to him, and he grabs all 6 of them, because normally you would only have to take one, but when, as All for One's like, what are you doing? As he acted, or no, he uses the trigger, like 6 triggers, all on Zuko's body. As Zuko's body, his quirks, his powers, and his like abilities evolved, and it like created a brand spanking new, god form. Basically, like how Vegeta goes all Super Saiyan, like, yeah. But instead of going blue, he went like into like the none of the Super Saiyans, like white, basically, with Ultra Instincts and all that stuff. Because Zuko, whose power level, as I forgot to also mention that all the pro heroes or everyone has like these like limiter things, and they, when they scan Zuko's, all the machines exploded, boom, 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 and it, before they exploded, it said the word infinity. Yeah, so Zuko was not having this, as he goes full on sprint, and yeah, All for One was, or so he goes toe to toe with All for One, as All for One was basically, how is this happening? How are you evolved from a quirked kid with abilities to just straight up becoming a gun of destruction? So, yeah, and church people were like, this kid's on a whole nother level. As even Zuko, his true form, like his body, he he still carries his own like mind around, but in this case, he's way too powerful. Yeah, he's the most powerfulest person in the entire universe. Like, he's a Greek gun. Like, he's all of the guns from different histories, like different parts of like, and monsters, fuse them together to create the one, the only true Huth. Yeah, like basically Zuko is a kind of destruction. As his eyes were like, yeah. As he snaps his fingers, all for one dies. I mean, as he turns around, he snaps his fingers, but instead of the making the because he was looking at All Might and the citizen, he snaps his fingers and the building or the debris from the building was rebuilding itself back to where it was. Yeah. So Zuko flies around, or he lands right in front of Bakugo, or like 6 feet apart. As Bakugo knows eyes, he's wondering. Here, hold on. No, not sponsored. Okay, so Bakugo's face is like that because he thought he was gonna get killed by Zuko, but then Zuko walks up to him, but instead of like snapping his fingers and Bakugo disappears, he just hugs him. Like a side hug. Basically like, you're still my friend, you know that? Okay? So, yeah, Bakugo at this point is like, yeah. So then Zuko leaves him. Or actually, Bakugo and Zuko were like, or Bakugo tells Zuko that he ready to leave. Yep. So they leave. And yeah, he left. Or they left. Because they're best friends. So they care about each other. But when Zuko got home, Zumi him was like, man, you're all over the news thing. How long has this video been? I don't know. Oh, please wait for part 2 to be filmed. Peace out, y'all.